Hey, Alicia DR Hankins here. Sisters in slippers. Because we are both in Hawaii most of the time in slippers. And flip flop millionaires, why not, right? We have lots of them. So I got Nicole Kauweloa on the other end here. She can say hi from her happy spot.
Hello, can you all see my beautiful background coming to you from Hawaii? Gotta love these Google effects. Having some fun with it today.
That'll work. That'll work. This is today. I'm going to start like choking here. Today, we're going to toss around the seal of your upline is not your friend. Okay, so your upline is not your friend, and I know a lot of you are gonna say yes, they are, and I guess we're gonna get into that because I think we have a point on that too, right? So, go ahead, well, what you got on that?
Well, first I just want to say that we are here giving you MLM truths, sugar-free. We're not sprinkling any fairy dust. They're not going to give you any smoke and mirrors or any fluff. It's just, real talk, our perspective and our points of view of these topics. And today we're talking about your upline is not your friend. What do we mean by that? Well, when I hear someone say that, I would, because a lot of times in this industry, we're introduced by a friend, someone who we know, trust, that we've been friends with for, I'm going to say thousands of years, for many years. But when you're in this industry and someone brings you in and they're serious, they're developing themselves personally, they are taking steps necessary to get them to where they want to be, to become successful and become financially independent, and don't look at them as your friend when you're there to talk business, right? They are there to help support you in your business. There's a time and a place for you to hang out, to socialize, and to talk story and catch up on, everything that's been going on in your life. But then when it comes to a meeting, to a presentation, to what something that has to do with your business, this is your I don't want to say your boss, but just somebody who is helping you in your business. So you look at them in a different light. Look at them as a leader, as someone who's learning what they can to support you and your business to get you to where you want to be. I mean, and I've been in this situation before. I spend a lot of time with people who are friends prior to me getting into business, and they just want to catch up and socialize. But there really is a time and a place for it. And when I'm putting the time aside to help them in their business, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about your business, because you have goals. You told me about your goals. You told me what you want to do, what you need to do. So, look at those people as your leader, as someone who's going to help you again get to your goals. So, I mean, I know you might have some thoughts and ideas on that as well. So, toss it back over to you, Alicia.
Yeah, this is a tough truth. I think this is a hard one for most people to really accept, and we're probably, I don't know, maybe we'll get hate mail from this one. I don't know. That's great too. We'll take it. We'll take it because I want to hear what people think about it. Um, and I think it'd be different from the person who treats the upline as a friend. And then from the upline, I think we'll see two different perspectives. Um, we'll have people probably who will say, but so and so is my friend, and when we get together, it's okay for me to tell her about my bad day yesterday and so forth and so on. And I think there's a line somewhere in there, or I feel like this may be what you're expressing, Nicole, is that if I put aside time to work with you because you said you wanted to do X, Y, and Z. I want to make $500 a month. I want to put two people into my business. I want to schedule a Google Hangout where I can have an opportunity call or something. Then when I set that meeting and I go there to talk to you about that or talk with you about planning that, I didn't set aside a half an hour or an hour to hear about a social event of some sort, or to sit and I don't want to sound antisocial. So I'm not going for the antisocial mode. I am going to the, things take time. And we've talked before about how time is the one thing that you're never going to get back. So I think what we're aiming for here is when you actually get to the activity and there is none of that stuff that you had planned before, and basically you kind of get there, and instead of talking about those things, or instead of being ready for those things, then it turns into, oh, I didn't do X, Y, and Z to get me to this point where we're meeting now. I didn't do whatever it was that I needed to do so that we can talk about this next step that I said that I wanted to set up for. Is that kind of the feeling that, is that kind of what you're going for in your head? Is that more direct on point maybe?
Yeah, that makes sense. I would also add, and maybe it's in the situation. I was in a situation, and I'll take responsibility for it as well, that maybe I was in that situation because I kind of came off, or I wouldn't say something that, that did allow the socializing to happen. So, and I've even been in a situation in a prior business before where I enrolled friends and I brought them to my upline support. It's just part of the process and touching base and whatnot. But the question was brought up that, hey, for my prospect or my business partner, do you see Nicole as a leader? And her answer was no. So I would have to imagine in that situation for me, I was maybe not even portraying myself as a leader. I was always going to this person as a friend. So I kind of allowed that socializing to get in the way of being that leader, that business person. So so I think it's kind of twofold. If you are in that leadership position, see yourself as the leader, portray yourself as the leader, and don't allow the socializing to happen until after you get your business done. Does that kind of, yeah?
It's crystal clear. And for me, it's crystal clear because I was a school teacher. So part of teacher education training, and it's a big part of training. It's a big part of training, and it's a skill that you're going to get with training. And it's something that, it just doesn't, some people come by it naturally. If you have children that you corral a lot, then you have this skill, trust me. But it is a skill that to keep everybody on task, to keep everything kind of efficient, and do it in a diplomatic way. So it makes perfect sense to me what it is that you're talking about, because as a teacher, you have to corral a group of people, whatever age that you're working with. And when things start to go off track, it's how do you get everything else back focused on track to really put yourself in that situation. And then you do have to draw a line. As the leader, or in any situation, you do have to draw the line that says, you make a decision. How far do you want the relationship to go? So even as a teacher before, I'd have mommies, because I taught kindergarten. The last stint I taught kindergarten, which is great. And then I had all the kindergarten mommies. I had mommies that would come in, and some of them were my friends, and we became friends. But I had to put the line up that said, I kind of like this person. I think she'd be really cool as a friend. I can't be the friend until the next year, when child is no longer in kindergarten class. So you have to make a distinction. And sometimes you just have to say it to people. Like I would have to say to people then, hey, so-and-so, I really dig you. I think we'd be really good friends, but I can't really do it right now this year while your kid's still in my class. But, let's leave that open and let's see what happens next year. And, you can't have favoritism and all this other sort of stuff. It's very complicated. So we're not talking about a real easy situation here, but I think we could turn the focus to those of you who are looking at your upline, wrap your head around this, that they could be your friend, but really, you have to have this mindset that they are there in a working capacity. They're there to help you do a job. They're there to help you get ahead. And so be grateful basically for the time that you have with them, because they have time to dole out to you. Here's some, oh man, there's some leaders that they don't even give you their time of day. You're going to sign up with them. You have that person as upline, and they look at you and they figure, okay, your number, 575, whatever. Okay, great. And that's it. They don't spend any individualized time with you ever. So, that they're definitely not your friend. Do you think that this also complicates things? Like we talk about hot market, warm market, cold market. So hot now is your friends and family. And this I've heard many times that your family is the hot market is the one that's going to give you the hardest time. They'll just, free to say whatever they want to say because they know you the best. So if you're talking hot market as your friend there and you bring your friend in, this is where some of this stuff gets muddied as compared to warm market, which could now mean internet friends that you've come to know, and also cold market, people you don't know. When you put a cold market person in there, they pretty much know they're not your friend. They get that role model, the hat that you're wearing right away. I mean, could some of that complication come from that anyway? I guess it kind of goes around in a circle.
I think it does, because family and friends, hot market, see you as just that. They see you as the daughter, the brother, or the sister, the cousin, the friend who have been, since kindergarten. They see you. They see one facet of you, but there's so many more sides of you, right? People who you work with, your coworkers, see you in a different way, a way that your close friends and family don't see you. So, it's a very fine line. I have to say it's a very fine line. And then there's the cold market, right? Who you've attracted to you, who you've gained a lead, and they see this other side of you, this other facet. So, just to respect that what you know of this person is not the only thing that they have to offer. That's just not the whole part of who they are. There's other sides of people, and at the same time, people they change. They come across different things in their lives, and their minds open up, and they want to do different things. They want to become, live this dream lifestyle, or whatever it may be. They want to do certain things. So just, give them the respect. If you're not going to support them, just be like, hey, okay, yes, I understand what you're doing. I respect that. And, hey, step aside. Let them go and do their thing. I don't know. Does that make any kind of sense to you?
Yeah. And you're talking about, letting people have the freedom to make their own decisions without, dogging them out about it or giving them a hard time about it. And so that again goes back to the idea that I've already heard other people that's pretty prevalent about hot market. We work with a lady now who says, she made $500,000 last year, internet marketing. And it's amazing that I hear her tell the story about how her dad still makes fun of her basically, and has no idea what she does and pokes fun at her. And that's a whole other video. but I think there's a big message here for the people who are talking to your upline. You go to see your upline, you get off track from business. Maybe even when you're going there, the mindset of, meet at the local whatever place for coffee, drink, whatever. And in your mind, you're not really going there, with your briefcase. You're going there with your baggage from yesterday. And so you have to take your friend hat off, and you have to put your business hat on, and you have to respect your friend's time and really treat them as the upline support that they're there to be. And I can understand the hard feelings on both sides, but somebody has to say it. Somebody has to say it. Someone has to do it. And I would suggest to uplines out there, if you feel like you're having this problem, and it is a problem because you could spend hours this way. You can spend hours doing this. And, from hour to hour, if you get there and you're really not getting business accomplished, then you're off track. So I would say if you know that you have someone that has this pattern already that when you get to where you're going, they're basically telling you about all the things they haven't done. They haven't stepped up on their side. They haven't kept up with what it is they promised they were going to keep up with when they get to meet you. Then when you go to meet them, don't talk business. Just decide ahead of time. I'm going to get there. This person always does X, Y, and Z. They fall short this time. Shake it up a little. Maybe go there, and just no, we're just here to have our coffee, and I don't want to hear about anything that Jad talk about, and maybe not say that. I don't know. Maybe they'd get the point as, no, I don't want to talk about business. And you don't have to tell them. You don't have to say, well, look, I met you 5 times already. I haven't talked about business. You could just go and say, hey, so-and-so, I just thought, let's not talk about that right now. I just don't want to talk about, did you know that I had this kind of day yesterday? And I did this, my dog did this morning, and I have to take my kids to such and such, and there's a dentist appointment. And then, call it 20 minutes in. Oh, I got to go. I got another appointment. And, maybe they'll feel like, oh, I had my friend moment. When maybe they'll realize too that they didn't get their business moment. I don't think, I'm not going to say for you to fill up your whole calendar with that, because you are in business. But I don't know, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, kind of throwing a wrench into the gears. Because people who they don't always, they go expecting to hear you talk about business yet again. But when you kind of throw in that wrench, it's like, whoa, what just happened? So what does this mean? I love this business. I want to do things with it. So maybe it'll get their gears going. They're going to start thinking in a different light. Okay, maybe I'll take you seriously next time. Maybe I'll talk to you and say, hey, let's talk business today. So if you're in the leadership role, always go with intentions and see yourself as the leader first, so that they can, believe that you're the leader, because no one's going to believe you if you don't believe it yourself. And then if you're on the flip side, you're the one that has that upline support who is your friend, take them seriously. Understand that this is another side of them that, they're giving to you. So respect that and just give them the attention that they deserve, because on the flip side as well, when you're going to be stepping into that leadership role, you're going to want the same type of respect. So
That's a good place to stop. All right, so we'll see you on the next one. There you go.